Hey guys, what is going on? Nick here with Gear Nut, and today I wanted to show you what my Leatherman Charge ALX looks like after I switched out the extra bit holder they gave you with a medium size flat bit and the scissors. So basically, I had a viewer asking to see this mod, and I'm sorry, I totally spaced it. I should have shot this video a long time ago. So let's take a look at this. So when I traded and got the Leatherman Charge ALX, I didn't realize that it came with two, let's show you this real quick. It came with two bit drivers or bit exchangers. So it had one on this side and one on this other side, looked like so. And I couldn't justify having that. You know, I'm so used to the Leatherman Charge TTI, I thought the Leatherman Charge ALX was going to be the exact same. And Leatherman, I don't know what you guys were thinking, putting two bit exchangers on the Leatherman Charge ALX. What were you thinking? You know, it's a bit exchanger. Just carry around the bit and you can put some more tools on this tool. What were you thinking? So maybe they had somebody that had a bunch of different screwdrivers they had to use and they suggested it. But for your average person, that is crazy. So the Leatherman Charge ALX on this side, the side with the pocket clip, let me take that off, you know, tink. But I didn't change anything on this side. I left the can opener, the wire stripper, you know, and the other bit driver. I didn't touch that. I only touched this side down here. I left the pliers. The pliers are good. I left the 154 cm blade. I left that on there. It's beautiful. I left the saw. I left pretty much everything. I left the hooked serrated blade, I left that on there, and I left the file on there as well. I use all of those tools regularly, so actually I don't use them on this one because this one just sits in the drawer because I have the Charge ALX, so, or the Charge TTI. I'm getting these two mixed up. So when you want to take and get parts and put those on there, I used two vice grips. And it did scuff up the fasteners just a little bit. There is a little bit of pinching, but I did use two vice grips and a butane torch to heat this up. They do use red Loctite, so heat this up just a hair and then put your vice grips on there and turn it ever so gently. Make sure you masking tape off your scales, because if you don't do that, you're going to scratch your scales up really, really badly. So put masking tape on everything, cover it up, electrical tape, some barrier between, and then when you take it off, this is what it's going to look like. So I followed the exact same setup. I took this little extra bit exchanger, I pulled that out, I took a Leatherman fuse flat medium sized tool, flat bit. I stuck that on the outside. I did have to put another bronze washer in between the flat bit and the eyeglass screwdriver right there. I did have to take and put a bronze washer in there, so make sure you have an extra bronze washer, really skinny, to fit in between there, and then another bronze washer in between the scissors. So the scissors are all the way on this side. You have to do that so it can clear and the pliers can get in there. So let me show you what it is. Here's the saw and here's your knife blade. So this is the side you're going to take and put your scissors on, and you're going to have the handle facing inwards. So exactly like a Leatherman Wave, exactly like a Leatherman Charge TTI, you're going to do the exact same setup. That way your pliers have plenty of room to be stuffed down inside this handle. So it's the exact same. I really wish that Leatherman would not have put 2 bit exchangers on the Leatherman ALX. You know, the Leatherman Charge ALX would be a perfect multi-tool if it did not have 2 bit exchangers, in my opinion. There's probably a very select few people that actually find this useful. I think that more people would find it useful to carry a bit card. That way they have every bit they need. You know, I mean, it's inconvenient for your pocket just a little bit, but at the same time, if you're using that many bits, you probably should carry a bit card. And you would have scissors, a big old pry flat bar or flat screwdriver. You would have your eyeglass screwdrivers on there as well, I believe, and then you'd have your scissors. So that is the simplest mod I've ever done to a Leatherman, is just swap some pieces out, put them in there. Just make sure that you do have a couple really skinny flat bronze washers like they have. I had a couple left over from the Leatherman rebar, and I just took and stuck those right on in there. So if you don't, you could probably find something that would work. Just make sure you give a little bit of space in there. And when you put this all back together, make sure you tension it and double check your work. Make sure you can pull these out without breaking your fingernails off, you know. But that's what I got. It's a really simple modification, and now it is a perfect, serviceable, useful tool for the average person. And I must say, Leatherman, this Charge ALX has got to be the smoothest opening and closing tool. The blades come out the easiest. You know, I haven't touched any of those. That has got to be the easiest tool that I've ever had. The smoothest action, just the best feel. Out of all the Leathermans I've ever handled, this one feels the best. So I really wish that the Charge TTI was that way, but it takes a lot of breaking in order to get the Charge TTI to even come close to what the Charge ALX is out of the box. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and for my subscribers, I hope that answers some of your questions. You know, these tools hopefully will get a lot easier for us to modify and make what we need. I really wish that Leatherman would listen to their audience and listen to their customers, because these tools are something that we rely on. You know, so if we can have exactly what we need on us for our daily tasks, for our jobs, it makes the world an easier place. I really wish they'd let you build your own multi-tool, but I can see their side of it too. So if you have to mod your tools, make sure you get a bunch of pieces and a bunch of parts, and don't forget to have some extra spare little washers that go in between all of these little tools down here. You do need those. If you don't have those, your tools are going to rub together, stick, and clump out. You don't want that. You want them to be nice and easy, and they come out single. So you can pick whichever one you want and pull them out one by one. You know, you don't pull a whole cluster of tools out. So if you're pulling clusters of tools out, this is either too tight or you forgot your washers. So that's my advice. If you do this, you void your warranty. So it is what it is. But I'm happy that I did it. So Leatherman, keep up the good work. Just try to listen to us. And if you have questions about modding your tools, there's a lot of forums out there that can help you better than me. I pretty much shared my knowledge with you. So hit those forums up if you still have questions. That's what I got. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I've answered some of your questions. This is GearNut, and I'll check you later.